Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Bitch. Sorry. Hey guys and gals, welcome back to another Vinny Vid Productions. This is going to be Major Changes number 6. Like I mentioned in my last video, I don't know how many updates there's going to be for this area. Still lots to do. I've been working my little butt off trying to get everything situated so I can run a train. It's been a long time since I ran a train, and I'm dying to run a train. We're going to go over more on the structures in Wickenburg. I'm also going to start working in my room that I'm in now because Wickenburg, like I said, is going to take a pretty long time, so I thought I'd get some stuff done in this room at the same time. So I'm working on multiple projects at the present time. I got more scenery done. Not really happy with the color of the mountains, but I'm going to have to deal with it. Diana says that they are a darker color, so we'll see how it looks when I get done with it. Girder bridges. I want to thank Randy Brenning for sending me these girder bridges. I appreciate it, Randy, and they helped out a lot, and I show you how I modify them to fit the scenes that I have going on in Wickenburg. And finally, I'm sorry for the length of this video. It's a bit longer than my normal videos, but anyhow, let's get out to the layout and see what's going on. Also, we'll get out to my workbench and I'll show you what I'm doing and how I kit bash the girder bridges that Randy has sent me. So let's get out there and see what's going on. Talk to you in a bit. Bye. Alright guys, what you're looking at is the next step in the process of me doing these structures in Wickenburg. As you can see, I've added the trim work here. I also made the signage frames. This building right here will get yellow. This building here will get red. And this building here will get tan or beige or khaki color or whatever you want to call it. Anyhow, so far it's looking pretty good. I like it. Need to get some signage, and I did talk to somebody about making me signs. I won't mention who that is until we confirm it. But anyhow, I'm going to take you out to my work area and I'll show you the colors I'm going to be using on these buildings. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Yippee! It's a rainbow! Anyhow, these are the colors I'm going to be using. Some of the trim work gets dark blue on the Trader Joe's building. Gets some blue trim. This will be for the bakery, and this will be for the Horseshoe Cafe, and this will be for the Trader Joe's. They are all Rust-Oleum products, except for one. And this one here is called Lemon. And this one is called Poppy. And this one is the only one that's different. It's Valspar. The color of the lid is the color. And any other trim that I have to do will be done in this brown. And let's see if there's a color on here. No. So the color of the cap is the color of the trim that's going to be on the entire structures. Anyhow, just to bring you up to speed on what's going on with these buildings. We'll go a little further along and we'll see how we progress. I might start putting it together. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, what you're looking at is the front facades for the first 3 buildings that I am working on. As you can see, I've added the strip stuff that's supposed to be here for the detail. I also added what looks to be like a wooden top here on Trader Joe's. I also had to mount it to here in order to get my doors to stay where they are. Again, I got into something that was a little bit over my head. I'm not happy with the way they worked out because it's starting to crack right here. So when I do the next set of buildings, I will regroup and see how else I'm going to do this building. I might just make these parts here separate. Anyhow, this is day 5 without internet, and it's good in one way and bad in another. the good thing is I'm able to work on my stuff and get a lot of it done. The bad part about it is I'm gonna have a lot of catching up to do when it comes back up, which will be Thursday, the 24th of September. Anyhow, let's get on with this. I have, hold on a second. Dang. All right, I have did the back wall. I added the roof support here and the supports that go down to the bottom of the foundation. I also trimmed out the doors. As you can see, these are at the rear of the building. They're like fire escapes or deliveries or whatever. I also did the sidewalls, trimmed out the windows, and added the same supports here, except this one has the support that will attach it to the rest of the building. And on this one, I never saw the side of this building right here, but I like the detail so much that I went ahead and did it on the side wall also. So I want to give you guys an idea of what a 6-inch scale piece of molding is, and you'll get an idea of the kind of job I had trying to do this. Alright, this is number 100 and it's 10,000s by 20,000s. I don't know if you guys can even see this. If I can get it into focus someplace. There we go. Look at how small that is. Anyhow, it's hard to even mark these to cut them, and then to mount them was another joke. But anyhow, painting the structures is going to be multi deals painting it. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime the entire thing with white primer. Then I'll bring it back after that and show you that it's been primed, and then we'll do the foundation, and then we'll do the buildings. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, all the parts have been primed. I even primed up the signs frames, so when the signs get here I can put them on there. Plus they also get different trim colors. It's weird the colors that they got. On the building that gets tan, no I'm sorry, the building that gets tan, this, I'm sorry guys, it's weird how they have the trim on these things. The red trim would go on this one, blue trim would go on that one, and brown trim would go on that one, as far as I could tell from the pictures. But anyhow, I'll do a little more research before I actually paint them. Anyhow, while this paint dries, and I'm going to give it a couple hours to dry, we'll go out to the layout and show you the progress I've been making out there. So stay tuned and we will be right back. Alright guys, being without internet for 5 days already, I decided that I was going to go ahead and do this. I did post a video asking for your guys' input and suggestions on here, but as you can see it's a bit too late. I decided to go ahead and do the full height of the bridge, and I put it in this area right here is because it's the least objection, well not objection, but the least amount of property that I will be covering up. So it's going to be the full height, and there'll be scenery that'll come down from the sides and then come back up on here and go up to the wall and camouflage the hole in the wall. The hole in the wall will be approximately 7 inches from the back wall to the track. Okay, so now once I get the bridge in there and get the track work going, I'm going to do a little S-curve right here. And when I get to the S-curve, since this part was already built when I first designed the layout, I'm going to put Little Hell's Canyon bridge in here, and there'll be a through deck girder bridge that's going to be right there with the 2 pony bridges. And then of course, as I mentioned in previous videos, that it will continue around to Ash Fork, the final destination of my layout. Anyhow, I thought I'd just mention to you guys that I did make up my mind on what's going to be. So anyhow, stay tuned and we'll get back to the structures in Wickenburg. So we'll be right back. Alright guys, this is the next step in getting these structures on their way to being completed. As you can see, I painted the sidewalk and the interior with classic gray. I also scribed in the expansion joints for the sidewalk. Also, I painted the inside walls for the structure, and I don't know if you guys can be able to see this, but this is the blue that will be trimmed out on Trader Joe's. Anyhow, we'll continue with this. There's going to be a lot more masking going on here. Yeah, there's a lot of masking because these three buildings get different colors, so I have to mask each one. Anyhow, stay tuned and we'll be back very shortly. Alright guys, what you're looking at here is a mistake. Yes, I make mistakes. The first back wall that I did had problems with the paint and it got screwed up, so I needed to redo it. But I already had this piece cut out and I didn't want to waste another piece of plastic to cut this piece out. But I need to get this peak on the back wall. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of plastic and I'm going to mount it right here like this. And once it's mounted and dry, I'm going to turn it around and draw out the outline for the peak, and I will go ahead and cut it out, and then that'll take care of the back wall for me. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, what you're looking at right now is the test fit stage. Everything looks good to me so far. Nothing is glued to the front wall. Everything is glued to the back wall, as you can see. This is that additional piece that I put up here, and I ran a piece of molding across the entire roof here to number one, finish off the roof line, and number two, to hide the seam that I put here. I still need to paint the back wall. It's still in primer. I got all the door trim to do yet. But anyhow, I'm a little disappointed in this, first of all, because the masking tape didn't work. It's giving me extra work to do. And my little door thing didn't work. It broke. So I need to figure out what's going on and overcome the problem. So this little piece right here has got to get cut off, and I think what I'm going to do is just go straight back rather than on angle. This one seemed to hang out pretty good, so maybe we'll just do him the way he's supposed to be. I forgot to mention, in one of my previous videos I was trying to explain how the signage goes. As you can see here, the red trim will go on the yellow building, and the brown trim will go on the red building, and this blue trim, I don't know, it just came out of left field, I guess. They just like the color blue or whatever. But anyhow, forgot to mention also that all three of these buildings will have awnings on them. In fact, the Trader Joe's has the posts with the Y's on it, you know, like that. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to explain. But anyhow, alright, now that we got this covered again, let's go head out to the layout and I'll show you what's going on out there. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, we're out here at my layout now. Let me show you the progress I've been making on here. If you remember in the last video, I started to put some plaster down, and I have proceeded to do some more. And as you can see, I've got the mountain going up pretty high right there, and it's going to come back down. Now, I'm going to try to get the hotel there, because Diana says that's where it belongs. So I'm going to try and make it work right there. As you can see, I stopped the scenery there. Because I need to get all my track work done. I want to get all of this scenery done, well, not done anyhow, at least in raw form, so I can finish laying my track. It's been a long time since I ran a train, guys. I want to run a train. Anyhow, we'll go further back to downtown Wickenburg, and since that mountain fits there, I'm going to keep it there. I just need to trim the back side of the sidewalks for the buildings, and then it will sit flat. And then these guys will work into those guys. Anyhow, excuse me, that's where the roundabout's going to go. I've added plaster down here at the riverbed, and right there I'm going to make it like a dry spot, a little bit higher than the rest of it, so the water will go around it. I'm probably going to use I think it's Woodland Scenics that has a water stuff, and I know I need to seal it all up around the bottoms, otherwise it'll seep out, and I will take care of that eventually. Anyhow, track work up to the turnout has been done. I'm going to do some wiring today, and we'll see how far I get. Alright guys, what you're looking at here is the through deck girder bridge that I need for Wickenburg, and also for the little Hell's Canyon that I will be doing, that I mentioned in my previous videos. These were sent to me by one of my subscribers, Mr. Randy Brenning. He knew that I needed these, so he took it upon himself to pick up a few of these and send it to me. So he sent me 4 of these. I am going to modify both. This will be one bridge, and this one, and the one that I have set up right here to be modified is the other one. So the reason why I'm modifying this one is because it gets the word Wickenburg across here, and each letter will take 1 panel for the letters. So I actually need to make this like 2 panels longer. So as you can see, I've already got it set up in my Mida, and I'm going to go ahead and cut these. So stay tuned and I will be right back. Alright, I forgot to mention that I also have to make these wider because my code 55 track does not fit and sit in there flat. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to cut it here and cut it here and put a piece of styrene at the bottom to make it just a bit wider to fit my code 55 track in there. So let's get on with the cutting and see how it goes. Stay tuned and we'll be right back. Guys, as you can see, I've got all my pieces cut. I cut the center out here of the original bridge. I don't know if you guys are going to see this, but this out-of-scale ties from the Atlas bridge I'll cover up with a piece of styrene and make it like a walkway. So the next thing I need to do here is a sheet of plastic, and this is like 30,000 stick, and I know it looks blue, but it'll all get painted later on. I'll place the parts on here, and then I'll take a piece of my track right here, and we'll put him in the middle. And what we'll do is just kind of match it up here towards the end, and basically that's how wide I need to make it. So let me go ahead and get this going, and I'll bring it back when it's assembled, and I'm probably going to wind up painting this. I'll have to look at the pictures. I don't think it's black. I think it's another color. But I will check that out when I'm ready to do it. Anyhow, I'll be using super glue on this to make sure it stays nice and sturdy, because I mean my locomotives will be going across here. Not that it's that far of a fall, but still I don't want anything to happen. Anyhow, stay tuned and I'll bring you back when I get this assembled, and we'll show you what it looks like. I'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see right here, I covered up the out-of-scale ties, and to cover up my joint right here, I'm going to put a piece of molding just like this right across the edge, and it'll hide the joint, plus it'll make it a bit stronger. So anyhow, let me go ahead and get this done. The other one I am preparing is almost there, and soon we'll be putting all of this together. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, as you can see, here's my finished modified Atlas through plate girder bridge that I will be using in Wickenburg. Here is the original one, and as you can see, I've added about 20 scale feet onto that, and now my code 55 track will fit perfectly in there. So Randy Brenning, thank you very much for these bridges. I do appreciate it. Anyhow, let's go see what this is going to look like on the layout. It'll be only temporary because I'm still not ready for it, but I thought I'd get it ready for when I am ready for it. That makes sense? Okay. Anyhow, I'll be right back and we'll get it out to the layout, and while we're out there I'll show you what else has been going on. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I mentioned a few minutes ago that I didn't remember the bridge in Wickenburg being black. So I went to my computer and found a picture of it, and lo and behold, it's not even a plate girder bridge. It's actually a concrete bridge. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, I already made a second one because the one in Wickenburg is actually bigger. So the pieces I had left over from the first one I put together, and I made a second bridge, which is a lot longer. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these pieces along the side here, and then once those are on, I'm going to cap it off on the top with this piece of styrene, and then I'll paint the concrete inside and out, and we'll see how it looks. So stay tuned and we'll be back shortly. Alright guys, what you're looking at right now is my bridge that's going to go across the road, which is called Wickenburg Highway, I think. Diana will correct me on that, I'm sure she will. Anyhow, like I said, I added the side pieces here. As you can see, I did use the for sale signs, even for my abutments that I scratch built. So, thanks to Randy Brenning, I was able to get 2 modified bridges out of the 4 that he sent me. And I still have 1 left over. Anyhow, this is ready for prime. We'll go ahead and prime it, and then we'll come back and we'll paint it up in concrete, and we'll see how it goes from there. So stay tuned and we'll be back very soon. Bye. Alright guys, before I show you the completed bridge for Wickenburg, I want to make a little statement here as far as how you can save a couple of bucks. This is Floquil concrete paint. I guess you guys know, first of all, that they're becoming scarce to find, and second, this little bottle cost about $3.95. So, if you take one that's already been painted in this color and take it to Home Depot, they will color match it for you and give you this for $3.97. As you can see, you would save a whole bunch of money on that. Anyhow, this jar right here has seen so many projects, I can't even tell you how many projects it's covered, and there's still probably just a little bit left down at the bottom. Anyhow, this is the completed bridge. Of course, I'm not going to paint the back because you're not going to see it, but this is painted with the paint I just showed you, which is aged concrete. Looks pretty good. So now what I need to do is put the word Wickenburg across here. They have a couple other signs right here. So I'll take it out to the layout, and I will show you what this is going to look like when it's on the layout. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, I know that when you guys see the next clip, you're going to say, well, why don't you center the road under the bridge? Well, I also mentioned in the next clip that I realized that the river and the roundabout are going to dictate how everything plays out in here. So, you guys are going to notice that it's not in the center, and basically I can't do anything because of this curve right here and the amount of space I've got over on this side for the track to run. So anyhow, let's get on with the rest of this, and I'll show you what this looks like. I'll also show you a picture of the prototype so you guys can get an idea of what I'm going after. So stay tuned and we'll be right back. Alright guys, here we are back out at my layout. First of all, I want to apologize for the length of this video, but there was a lot to cover in here, so I thought I'd put it all in one video. This Wickenburg area is going to take quite a few update videos, and I hope you guys are enjoying them. Anyhow, as I mentioned earlier, that I did find a picture of this bridge, and I also noticed that the road actually dips down under the bridge and then comes back up on that side. Fine. So that's what I'm going to try to attempt. And also, like I said, the word Wickenburg will go across here. Problem I have now, and I have realized that the river and the roundabout are going to dictate how this scene is going to play out. Anyhow, this would be East Wickenburg Way, I think it's called. Anyhow, the fire department is supposed to go right there. Now, the problem I have is I really don't want to see the side and the back of it. I want to see the front and the side. So, if I turn it around this way, it comes right up close to the track, so I can't do that. I also wanted to put a mountain back there with the DPM buildings back there, but that might not happen either. So I'm going to take this out of here right now, and I'm going to use my modeler's license and maybe do this. I'm not 100% sure yet. I don't know, because right here in this area I really can't do anything because the road would have no access here. So that's my dilemma. Actually, where the fire department is sitting right now should be a auto body repair shop and a U-Haul rental place. So anyhow, I think that's going to be it for this video. It's quite long, as I said. I'm sorry for that. We'll continue this in the next part, so stay tuned and we'll be right back. Oh, before I sign off, one tip of saving a couple of bucks. You all know what these are, right? Guess what? They make great shims. If you just cut them down, as you can see, I have used them down here, and also, well, you can't see it, but it's on the other side also. And I also forgot to mention that the clearance is 15 scale feet, so I think that's good. What I seen on the sign that's on the bridge says 14 feet 6 inches, so I guess I'm pretty close. And I'm going to try and make these ramps as easy as possible, but as you can see, I do have a semi under there and there's plenty of room for it to clear. Anyhow, again, I hope you guys are enjoying this series. As always, your questions, comments, input, and subs are always welcome. For now, that's all, folks. BNSF 6951 out.